a regular conversation with you, and you're just it's not even the fact.
Yeah, broke up with my high school boyfriend and started dating a new guy, but I cheated on the new guy with the high school boyfriend. I kind of went back and forth between the two guys, and my ex-boyfriend got mad and was like, I'm gonna tell him, and I freaked out and I was like, please don't tell him, and I paid him $400 to keep quiet.
Do you have any guy friends?
No, not really, besides my one friend over there.
If he told you that he had feelings for you, how would you handle it, being that you have a man?
I just wouldn't be friends with him anymore, unfortunately. It just doesn't collide well, and if my man had a girlfriend that felt the way about him, I probably wouldn't want them to be around too much.
Why would you cut him off, no question?
There would be some questions to it, but I probably wouldn't be friends with them more and more.
So for you, that's disrespectful for you to still remain in contact with a guy you knew had feelings for you, even if you had a man?
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful, but I mean, it depends on what boundaries the relationship lays down. Like, if y'all are okay with that, y'all are okay with that, but...
So do you think that men and women really could truly be friends with no ulterior motive?
It depends, honestly. I think it's what you're attracted to. Then men and women can be friends, but it doesn't really work out. But I do have to go now, I'm sorry.
Alright, so what's your name?
My name is Emily.
What's your name?
Jasmine.
That's a subsidiary question. Do you guys have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
What about you?
No.
Alright, check this out. If you tell me the craziest secret you never told your boyfriend, and if I find it crazy, I'll give you $500 cash right now. $500 in cash right now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have that many followers.
You know? Okay. Well, I have 3 other Valentines, so...
Wait, Valentine's is coming up. You have 3 other Valentines? What do you mean?
Well, I have one for breakfast, another one for lunch, and one for dinner.
How does that work?
Because I'm spending the night with him, so...
But how's he not going to know if you're going out for breakfast or lunch?
I'm telling him that I'm hanging out with the girls.
You have 2 other dates?
Yeah.
What happens if he sees this video?
Huh?
What happens if he sees this video?
Oh, well, you said you don't have that many followers.
What if I lied?
Erase it.
Huh?
Erase it. You can delete
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
How old are you?
41.
I just turned 30. Are you single?
No.
Yes. How long you been with your man?
3 years.
And how'd you meet each other?
Oh gosh.
We met like 5 years.
At a bar.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago.
5 years ago. We just met through and became friends after that. If he confessed his feelings toward you, how would you handle the situation, being that you have a man?
I think we'd still be friends. I mean, he's respectful no matter what. So I think we'd be able to make it work.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think your man would support you in that?
I would hope so. He knows me well enough to know I wouldn't cheat.
But if you knew that he wanted something more, why even entertain that?
Oh, I wouldn't. I would say we have to just stay friends. We've been friends all these years. We're part of a friend group. Like, it's 5 of us, so
Yeah.
why ruin the dynamic?
Would you expect your husband to still remain friends with one of his female friends or your partner?
If they were just friends. I mean, you have to trust the person you're with, right?
Give a spin for the camera so they see what they're working with.
That's good. Okay.
I have like a waist trainer on and a board to keep my body right. It's like $1 million body. I fuck with millionaires, rich men.
Why'd your last relationship end?
I was a stripper. I am a stripper, and I ain't gonna stop.
So your man wanted you to stop stripping for him.
Right. He met me in a strip club.
Don't you think it's fair for you to sacrifice some things if you want to commit to a man?
I don't think so, because if he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
Would you want him to pay for all your bills before you marry him?
I didn't marry him.
Well, how you gonna get to that point if you're not gonna show the sacrifice?
You ain't paying, it's over with. One thing about it, 2 things for sure. I suck a good, eat good booty. I know how to cook a little bit, about this much.
What the fuck, man? Chill out.
Let me tell you what the Lord said. A man is the provider.
And a woman is a stripper.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, you're doing too much now.
Man up, get over yourself. Just be happy. It's not that bad. What have you got to be depressed for? Real men don't cry. You look fine to me. You're overreacting. I'm bored of you talking about this. Sort yourself out. Get a grip. 6,500 men unalive themselves every single year. That's 18 a day. It's the single biggest killer of men under the age of 45. And yet, no one can tell me when one of those phrases helped any of those guys. It's not talked about enough, especially by fellas on social media. Possibly due to the fact that these types of conversations can get derailed by other people very, very quickly. Or that your total morons come in and say one of the phrases that I've said at the start of this video. But we have to open up and talk more about this sort of stuff, normalise it. And on the flip side of it, people need to start learning to understand it and realise that it's an illness. You don't want to be depressed no more than you want to have the flu. We've already lost too many legends. Let's try not to lose some more.
I'm sorry, but if I was a man, I would be the biggest slut ever.
No, you would not, because this would be you. Here's a still image from your video, and here's you as a male.
I would get the mullet haircut.
As depicted here.
I would get the slutty little mustache.
Let's see if that helps.
I would do the day in the life videos that start off in my boxers and
I'm gonna stop you right there. She's imagining that if she was a man, she would be the kind of man that she looks at on her phone. Women of many qualities are always in demand, so they imagine if I was a man, I would be in demand. And then they think, how do I feel about men who are in my demand? And then they make up stories about how easy life would be. Life is not easy for this man. He's not getting any views on his boxer shorts day in the life story.
Oh my god, like, they have it so easy and they do it every time.
Remember, when they say they have it easy, they mean them, not you and me. Men have it so easy. Now, just apply that same principle to economics and the workforce. Men have it so easy. Not these ones, these men. These men have it so easy. And that's why men need to be last in line for jobs. Men. And now you understand the situation. Are you having a hard time? Well, that doesn't matter because men have it so easy. These ones. And that's what they mean by equality. You can do more and get less, but it doesn't matter because men have it easy. Quiet, you.
I'm sorry, but if I was a man, I would be the biggest slut ever. I would get the mullet haircut, I would get the slutty little mustache, I would do the day in the life videos that start off in my boxers.
This comment right here, I really don't think that he's speaking for all men, because I know that there will be somebody that steps up one day, to be some sort of father figure for my child. And it's also very, like, I'm very surprised that you felt comfortable actually typing this out and commenting on someone's video. Like, it's just the wildest thing. You don't know my circumstances with my child, or his father, and yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully he's not speaking for all men out there, but this was just really disappointing to see.
There are 48,000 comments on that video. And if you have a second, I would love to show you some of my favorites. I want to start right here because I want to know if anyone else has had this experience. I raised my stepson since he was 2 just to be told once he became an adult by my ex-wife that she used me to help her raise him, but she never loved me. Never again. Even some of the ladies started getting in on this. Expecting a knight in shining armor to come swoop you up and fix all your problems is wild. And having to deal with a baby daddy? Nah, men are right. It is a no. I bet she didn't see the comment section going this way. He's speaking for me. He's speaking for 90% of men. He is our spokesman. And the list just goes on and on and on. I think this is the harsh reality of life for single moms. I don't think it's impossible to find a good man that will be a good partner and help you raise your child or children, but you would definitely be an outlier, an exception to the rule. And I know she finds that very discouraging, but oftentimes the realities of life are just that. And honestly, I wish her the best in trying to figure this out, because that kid does deserve a good father or a good father figure. But so many men are not willing to take that risk. Kids by themselves complicate relationships enough. A child that is not yours, as well as a baby daddy in the mix, none of that is going to indicate to a guy that that's going to be an enjoyable experience or a benefit to his life. And this is why it is so important to choose wisely who you have children with. Do not fall victim to lust, because there is no going back once that happens. And the realities of that situation will be very disappointing to you.
Breaking news, guys. So this interview is going viral and causing controversy. Check this out.
What's your age?
26 on February 22nd. So I'm 25 right now.
Are you single?
I am single.
Why do you think that is?
Because I want to be. I have a couple of boyfriends. I hope they're not watching. Maybe like 4 or 5. So I guess I'm single. I am single.
I mean, but what's it like dating 5 people at the same time?
It's just like juggling. You have to be talented.
Are you sleeping with all 5 of them?
Not all of them. Depends on the situation.
Why not all? What's the deciding factor?
Well, there's different guys for different situations. Some guys, I just want to go to... I forgot that I'm recording this.
Some guys, you just want to what?
There's different purposes for different tools.
One's a shovel, one's a knife, one's a fork.
Yeah, honestly, the one that I'm fucking, never gonna get in a relationship with him. He doesn't have the job, finances, none of that.
So why even open yourself up to a guy like that?
Great dick.
Could you imagine being one of her 4 to 5 boyfriends and seeing this interview? And I guarantee they all don't know about each other, because if they did, she would probably have no boyfriends or 1 or 2. But unfortunately, people like this are why a lot of men and women don't even want to date. Because she pretty much admitted to just using these men for different purposes. That some of her boyfriends, she just wants them to take her out to a nice dinner or to a movie, but she doesn't sleep with them, but then she turns right around and goes and sleeps with another one of her boyfriends. And honestly, this is probably men and women's worst fear when they're dating somebody. Because you're always wondering, are they seeing other people? And think of the boyfriend who's like whining and dining her and, you know, trying to treat her like a princess, and then she's turning right around and sleeping with another guy. And I've seen some comments defending her like, oh, like if she wants to live this way, you should let her live her life. But is that fair to the 5 men that she's talking to and or dating? Because let me ask you this, what if this was a guy saying this, like, oh, I'm talking to 4 or 5 different girls, you know, one girl I'm thinking about wifing up, but I'm sleeping with 4 other ones? They would call that guy a misogynistic pig. So what does that make her? Because she's not just living her life and doing her thing, she's legitimately taking advantage of 5 different people for 5 different things just for her own personal gain. This is narcissistic and manipulative behavior. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Don't forget to like this video, share it everywhere, hit that follow button. Until next time, love, peace, and taco grease. But I want to know, guys, do you think the guys know? Because I would bet $100 that they don't.